Hey there, and welcome back to the Hey Kahla Podcast. If you are listening to this in real time, then I am sitting out on this beautiful deck, looking out on the most amazing smelling pine trees out in the middle of nowhere in the countryside where I absolutely love it, taking myself on a little tiny staycation, if you will, just a mini one, but just a way to get out of the city for a little bit and just enjoy the fact that I had a very busy spring season. I had a very busy winter season with work and friends and events and all those awesome things. And just decided, you know what? I need to get away for a little bit. And I am a country gal at heart. I was born and raised out here. And this is exactly where my soul needed to be right now. So I'm hoping as I'm recording this that the internet connection is good enough that A, it will record, and B, I'll be able to post it. So if you hear some jitterings in the background, Todd is full on fly duty right now. He's made it his personal mission over the last several days to try to catch and eat every fly. There we go. Catch and eat every fly in the rural municipality. And we've got birds and crickets and all sorts of beautiful things going on out here. But I wanted to get on the mic because I got a lot of quiet downtime right now. And again, if you're listening to this in real time, the last episode dropped May 16th and it is June 9th today. So yeah, life's been very lifey lately. There's a pretty major life change in the works right now. I mentioned it earlier on my blog over on Substack, the Fave Self Society, and I will be sharing more on that soon as I'm able to. Things just need to be wrapped up, and I think I need to do a little bit of processing, which is also part of the reason why I'm out here right now, to just process and let my brain and my heart and my feelings get caught up on everything that's been going on. But I've also been, like I said, super busy. I've been in full on TEDx mode and wrapped up a super busy playoff hockey season. So things, yeah, they've been nonstop, but I have missed the podcast. I had lost my voice for a little bit. And let me tell you, hosting playoff hockey games did not help that, especially the whiteout street parties. I was not at 100% ability with my voice for that, which I took very hard as well. No, there goes Todd after some flies, if you heard that. But the voice is back. I think I'm finally healed, although I am feeling like I could take another nap. Doing a lot of naps out in the country, let me tell you. I feel like that's exactly what I need. But I wanted to talk before I have another nap about something that's been coming up for me a lot lately, and maybe it's coming up for you too. And that's letting go. And more specifically, letting go of what no longer serves you. I know, right? We've all heard that phrase before. It's everywhere in the personal development world. We see it on Pinterest boards. It's, in Instagram captions, and sometimes our yoga teacher, whispering it mid savasana, let go. What no longer serves you. And it's great, but like most things I find in the personal development space, what does it actually mean? And more importantly, like how the heck do you actually do it? Because again, in theory, it's easy. Just let it go. Okay, cool. Great. Sounds simple. But in real life, like it can get way more complicated than that. So today I just want to walk you through a few areas of my life where I've been doing just that, actively letting go of things. I've been letting go of ideas, hopefully of some patterns, even people that just don't align with who I am anymore or who I'm trying to be in this phase of my life. And I'm not doing this out of anger or bitterness. I'm not like throwing a middle finger F you to the world. No, absolutely not. But I am trying to be more intentional about what I carry with me and what I leave behind, because some of the carcasses of the past, they do not need to come into this new chapter. And let me tell you, this is a brand new chapter and it's just got to stay back there. So hopefully some of these examples or little mindset shifts will help you do the same. Okay, I'm going to start with the physical stuff because this is actually where I had to begin. Like my hand was forced here because quite honestly, I couldn't live anymore. My house has become like a storage unit of sorts for a lot of folks. I several years ago bought my dream house. I'm a big homebody. I like to stay at home. I prefer to stay at home. It is, my headquarters for my company. It is my restaurant. It is my gym. It is my whole life. I am a homebody. So I bought myself this big old dream house, big character home. It's got a pretty big basement, big garage. And apparently I've got some big people pleasing energy when it comes to saying, oh yeah, sure, you can store that at my place. Like, constantly over the last several years. I had some family move overseas. I had some friends move overseas. And then my Baba and Gigi, my grandparents, they passed. So I ended up inheriting a lot of their stuff. Family either just didn't want to deal with it, or it was too emotional at the time and the house just needed to be cleared out. I wasn't ready either emotionally to make any decisions on what I wanted to keep and, what we wanted to let go of. So I took a lot of things, furniture, knickknacks, you name it, a lot of beautiful stuff, sentimental, it was emotional, but it was a lot of stuff. And other than the emotional pull of my grandparents' stuff, I just told myself I was being kind, right? I was being really helpful, especially for my family and friends. But the house filled up. I was tripping over stuff. I didn't have a clear surface. And I realized this isn't just clutter, this is emotional weight. And that emotional weight is energetic indecision, right? I thought about every item I was holding on to, every dress, even back from my TV days that I hadn't worn in years, every, antique clock, every chair nobody wanted. That was me just holding on to it and saying, well, I don't know, maybe, sort of, kind of. And that wasn't helping me move forward. So I got really, really serious. And at first I tried to do the whole Marie Kondo thing, does this spark joy? And I found that question to be really hard because I was conflicted about a lot of things, because these are items that reminded me of the people I love the most in the world. So I saw this question on a mommy blog somewhere, and it always stuck with me. And I use this. I apologize if you're eating right now, but the question is, if this item had poo on it, do I love it enough to wash it off? Yep. Brilliant, right? I love that. If this thing had poo on it, do I love it enough to wash it off? And that was a very clear heck yes or hell no. And it helped me get out of that energetic limbo. Because I do believe that the universe responds to clarity. And if I'm holding on to stuff that I don't even want, how am I supposed to call in the things that I do want? So it had to go. Furniture, clothing, even some deeply sentimental knickknacks. I kept quite a few things, especially from my grandparents, but the rest of it, I thanked it, felt what I had to feel, and I just let it go. Okay, the next thing I did was digital clutter, specifically social media. And I know going from that to this might sound a little silly, comparing heavy furniture or my Baba's old crucifixes to digital space, but your online space matters. Your feeds, your inboxes, your mental tabs, it's still your energy. And we spend a lot of our time online and a lot of our time on social media. So I used to follow everyone back. And this goes back to my TV and radio days when I was an on-air personality. I followed everyone back because I thought I was just being polite. Even if I didn't know them, even if I didn't know them that well, even if I didn't really like their content, even if their posts made me feel ugh, I still followed everybody back. And I just got to the point where I started noticing how much time I was spending consuming things that either didn't inspire me or challenge me or interest me. That sounds harsh, but really. And definitely didn't reflect, again, who I am or who I'm trying to become. And it started making me feel like I was a visitor in my own online space. One day I was just scrolling through, and it wasn't sponsored or suggested. It was actual my feed. And I just thought, who is this? Whose account is this? I don't like or recognize a lot of this stuff. So I just unfollowed accounts that weren't aligned, with where I am going into this current chapter. I muted some people I care about, but I just need a little distance from them. Love you, but I can love you from a distance. And I started to clear out the noise so I could actually hear my own voice again. I am a creator. I'm a creative and I'm a creator. So if I'm constantly consuming, that's not right. I can't hear or think or feel what I am doing or what my soul is saying. And if I'm going to be consuming, it's got to be content that really inspires me or uplifts me or empowers me to do more of my creating, right? If we're constantly listening to everybody else's thoughts, how are we supposed to know what we actually think? And let me tell you, this helped me a ton. I just kept telling myself, my social media is mine. That's my turf. It's my living room online, right? And I wouldn't let strangers just walk into my actual house because they rang the doorbell. So why the heck would I let random people take up space online just because they followed me? Nope, absolutely not. So from there, And this, I think this next and last one is probably the hardest one of all, at least for me. And that was decluttering your thoughts. And I thought this kind of went hand in hand with the digital declutter. Decluttering your thoughts for me is like a daily practice. Staying in the vibration you want to stay in, personal development, like it's not just a one and done deal, confidence building, all of that. It is a daily practice. You have to have a routine that supports you. And I noticed a couple things. Either A, there were times I was carrying around so much mental junk, like stories, assumptions, like things that I thought I had to figure out, because my business has boomed quite a bit over the last year, but especially over the last several months, that I was holding on to things that maybe weren't true. And then the other side was because I was so busy, I wasn't facing a lot of things. Like I was just compartmentalizing? Is that the term where I just like, yeah, okay, I'll think about it later. And then I never actually went back to think about it later. And sometimes, yes, I do believe you need to dig deep and do the work, but sometimes you can also just drop it, right? I don't need a massive forgiveness ceremony for a lot of things. I don't need to, journal or meditate for 5 hours, do a cord cutting meditation, write a letter to my ex-best friend from the early 2000s and burn it. I can just decide that this thought or this worry, this story that I've been replaying on a loop, like I'm done with it. I don't need it. Just drop it. And that mindset has become a total game changer for me. And yes, it's a little bit easier to do that when you're out in the country and, you don't have that many demands right out your front door. But honestly, like I'm not going to become my fave self if I'm still dragging around stuff from my meh self. Like I've got to make room. You've got to make room for the things you want. New ideas, new relationships, new ways of being. And yeah, it's not always easy, but it's also freeing as hell. No matter how emotional or messy or slow it is freeing as all hell, and it is so worth it. So whether you're cleaning out your closet or your camera roll, which is, I'm still midway through that. Let me tell you, that's an ongoing battle there. Your Instagram feed or your inner dialogue, maybe this is your sign. Right? Let go of the half yeses, clear the space, and let the universe know, you know what? Like I'm ready for better. This or something better. Okay. That's it for today. I think Flyboy over here is getting antsy, so we might take our 100th country stroll of the day, and then I might take another nap. But thank you so much as always for hanging out with me. Love you, and I hope you have the best week.